Hey everybody, it's me, Mark of Manlock Things, and today we're gonna talk about light painting or painting with light. So most people think about like writing stuff in a picture with long exposure times when you talk about light painting. But that's actually not the main purpose, in my opinion, what light painting is. Light painting is actually everything. As soon as you control the light yourself, like set strobes, set continuous light, whatever, in my opinion you paint the light and it's kind of light painting. But in this manner we talk about long exposure and using continuous light to color our image. You could also do that with strobes and single flashes and light the image, but we are gonna do it with long light. I already recorded that video, like the intro on Kallenberg in Vienna, where I was with Jahan and his girlfriend. They helped me film one of these parts, and then I did a second part here in the studio with my girlfriend and Bianca, and all of them were really helpful, and I will show you some images in the process. But what's the main purpose? So the purpose is that I want to paint a picture, mostly like since I'm a portrait photographer, I kind of want to paint a portrait, and I want to set some light that's not there, like that I can't see in the natural environment. So I kind of want to paint that. I got two lights for it, but don't get yourself into the technical thing. You don't need any special lights. You can just use a flashlight with a daylight balanced flashlight. I would say it's better. But I have like a really amazing light here, which is the AL M9 from Aperture. An amazing light. It's like, just, you see how small it is. It comes with some color foils that you can just like clip in between here, and it clips together with magnets, and you have the light, and as soon as I turn it on, and this light is actually pretty strong. It's on the lowest level now. If I turn it up all the way, you can see that gets pretty bright, and I have like a ton of light over here. So yeah, that's the AL M9. Amazing light. I love that thing. It's not I have it, like they gave it for me for free, but I'm not paid for that video. But that light is actually my camera bag all the time because it's so small. You charge it by USB, and I use it as just flashlight wherever. Like I had a broken fridge this week and I kind of fixed it, and it was a small environment. I just like stuck that somewhere in the corner, turn on the light, and perfect light to work with. And that light is also daylight balanced, perfect for that matter. The other thing I used, because I wanted to switch between colors pretty fast, it would be possible with this one, but then I only had one light and I wanted multiple, and so I wanted to test a little bit different thing. Is the Yongnuo, this one. That's really cool. But you can see the size comparison. Yeah, this one is like nothing. This one needs external battery, it's big, but it has a nice feature, and that's that you can RGB control the light. So let's get the bluish out. Let's go just with red. So we have red. And yeah, this is the really nice light stick we used to color the images in a lot of cases. So really nice thing. And it's also possible to switch it to daylight, and it's pretty bright. Now it's turned up completely. So also nice lights, but not as portable as the others, as the M9 from Aperture. And we used both of these lights, and we were shooting on the Lomo Instant Square, which is amazing for that purpose because it has a remote, and it also lets you shoot bulb. If you're shooting with Polaroid, you need to cover the light sensor with some tape or something, and then you need to expose really long. The Lomo Instant Square was kind of really amazing because it has such light sensitive camera that it actually made problems because I had like such a short amount to expose the image. But it worked out. Here are some pictures we took on that camera, and we used a combination out of the MRAM and the Yongnuo, and just see the footage. So what I was doing was setting the camera to bulb mode, then setting the focus right, and exposing the image. For a longer time, and while the image was exposing, I was painting over the image with fast movements and the light facing away from the lens. That's important if you don't want to see the light. If you want to have these light painting, like write your name, you need to face the lens of the camera. If you don't want to see it, just face it away and move fast, and then you won't be in the picture. You can even move in front of the person. If you have a long exposure time, you won't be visible for that image. And that's one really cool thing. So you can paint a lot of things, like paint architecture, and don't even be in the picture. If you have a flashlight and just like paint over everything, you can do amazing results. And you can do that with different colors and everything. But the problem is you kind of have to guess the exposure. You can measure it, but you're never hitting the same spot again, and like it's hard. And with the Polaroid 1 Step 2, we're trying it on the Kahlenberg, and it didn't work out at all. And then I tried again in the studio, and it also didn't work out. That camera needs a lot of light and a lot of painting, and actually I didn't get any good results. But then I switched over to my Graflex. That's my big baby, and we were shooting some Type 100 film, old Polaroid 125i, and then we were shooting some 4x5. The big 4x5, this one here, is kind of my favorite. Turned amazing. It was like just the 2 colors, a little bit of painting, and it's good to have this picture start, but it's really hard to control the light. So don't get worried if you try these things. It's hard to hit it on the right spot, but with Instax you can do a lot. And I love the Lomo cameras that have the bulb mode for that. I think also the Instax have it, some of them, I'm not sure. But that's like perfect, because you can just go bulb with the remote, it's amazing. Otherwise you need one person to stand as the camera and hold the shutter. That's kind of annoying. With the Graflex you also don't have a problem. You just switch shutter, paint, close it again, fine like that. So these are the things. What I would suggest, get some light, get some strobes, whatever you want to combine it with. You can light paint a lot and then use a strobe at the end to make it the image like perfectly sharp, like one person in front. What we did on that one portrait of me here. So we are painting with this light here in 2 colors, both sides, and then I was painting over it in the front with the MRAN to get like a nice daylight exposure. That's important. If you want to have really nice skin tones and everything, you need daylight balanced light for that. For black and white, doesn't matter. You can paint whatever you want. It will come out different, but you should give it a try. So that's a creative technique that I really suggest you guys try. Go out at night, try it. Like we had that beautiful Vienna skyline behind us. It worked amazing. Unfortunately, there were a lot of drunk people on there, so yeah, annoying people. And yeah, it looks like a lightsaber. I know, it looks like a lightsaber, but you don't need to turn on Star Wars music loud on your Bluetooth speaker and walk toward us. People, I don't get it. Yeah, but okay. They could have nicely asked what we do, but not like that. And yeah, so that's the thing we did. Unfortunately, I can't tell you too much about how you do it. Just try it. You need bulb or cover the light sensor on your Polaroid camera. You need long exposure times. For the Polaroid cameras, you all need somebody else to stand there and hold the shutter down. For the Instax, for the Lomo camera, it was nice with the remote. I can just press and the camera is open, and then I press again to close it. For the Graflex, also easy. I would suggest, if you have a digital camera, try it out first with a digital camera and experiment a little bit, because it could be really expensive if you do it like I did. But just to show you, like, so these are just the images from Kahlenberg, so we have a ton more of them. Well, also what's important, your model has to, like if you paint a portrait like I did, your model has to hold like really still for a long time. That's really hard. If you're standing in like, if you have nothing to lean on or hold yourself on, it's nearly impossible. If you're not sitting, if you're standing free on the field, it's impossible to be still for 30 seconds and don't move. Even you breathing changes your like position a lot, so as you can see, and that's already like changing a lot in the image. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So if you want to have like one sharp image, use a strobe it at the end and before you paint like wildly over it. Or if you want to have like this blurry, more painted image like that one of Bianca right here, just keep her there and like paint over it with your daylight balanced light. I think that's it for that episode. It's kind of hard to explain a little bit more about it. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'm happy to discuss it. If you have any tips or any information, like, please hit me up. I really love light painting and I kind of want to do a little bit more with it. But I'm just like trying it out right now. But I kind of want to give you guys the idea. So what you can also do is take that MRAN light. It comes with some color foils. But I had like these red here, which I use for my dark room to close some LED lights, and then just use the light, turn it on, takes away a lot of light, and then you also have like this thing. You don't need a big acrylic layer like this. You can just use a thin foil, clip it in between here, and you're fine. Whew. Love this light. Thanks, Aperture. So if you liked that video, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I would be happy if you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.